Oh, I told you.
It's the motorcycle scooter.
No, it's on video, Ellen.
Okay, we have a lot of material to cover tonight, and I want you guys to feel free to ask questions. But we turn that music off. But what I don't want is a lot of chit chat, because if we do that, we're not going to get through what we need to do. So, save your stories for another day. We're going to go through floor first. And, the one other, as far as staff meeting stuff goes, the one thing you guys need to make sure that you do as you get new students into your class, make sure they're appropriately placed. Okay, so kind of evaluate them. Just because they come into a beginner class doesn't necessarily mean they need to stay in a beginner class. So they might need to move on up to intermediate or be a candidate for Little Stars or something like that. And if you're not sure where they belong, ask somebody else, but that's really important. And even with preschool, we are looking at kids who, they might be age group for Mighty Munchkins, but they might actually be ready for supers. In fact, I'd like to bump up as many into supers as possible, because those classes are pretty small. And then also looking at super Munchkins that might be ready for Little Stars. Okay, so we need to keep an eye on that.
What about the Munchkins that aren't quite ready to be in the Munchkin class? Like they don't have the gross and motor skills.
Pretty much, if the parents aren't complaining, and because we talked about this a little bit the other day, they're going to catch on. It can take months for them to catch on, but do you have Lisa? Do you have the little? She was here today. What? Okay, little Lisa. She could hardly do anything when she started, and she now is so confident. And she was a premature baby, and it was very worthwhile for her parents, even though she was way behind the other kids. It was a very worthwhile thing for them to have her working on her gross motor skills. I've had other kids, I don't think she comes anymore, she was kind of developmentally delayed. She would do one turn. She just was slow moving, and rather than hold the rest of the class back, she'd get one turn in the time that the other kids got 3 turns. But it was still good for her, and I didn't let it hold up the class. So does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going through floor, and this is all geared towards the rec program. And so this is, some of it is what you're doing with preschoolers, and some of it is a step above, but then you'll have a good idea of where it goes. Okay, and will you girls go get get that incline and put them out on the floor side by side?
Cheese mess.
No.
Cheese. Thank you.
What? Can't make up new words.
And so what I did was I took each skill and I did my favorite lead-up drills without, some of them I couldn't keep it down to 3. I tried to not give you guys too many. Okay, and so one of you stand there, one of you stand here. For a front roll, if you look at the bottom, it says reminders. Teach them to put their back of their head on the ground. I always go through and I ask the kids, what part of your head do you put on the ground? What part of your head do you put on the ground when you roll? Oh, you guys know. Okay, because usually they go like this. And then I'll tell them no, and I go around and I touch the back. And I say, you put this part of your head on the ground. And I touch the back of their head so they know. And so I want you guys to get up and you're going to spot each one of them through a front roll on the incline mats. Step up there, Bailey, and always stretch before you start. And I'll show you how I spot. Okay, and hands down, one hand here, one on the back of your head, and your, no, not here, it's mine. And pull it under, and don't forget to stretch. Okay, so you guys each teach your front roll. Okay, don't forget to tell her to stretch. Stretch! Everybody do it? Yep. Don't be shy. You guys will warm up. As we get going, you won't be so shy. Good job.
Good job.
Or you can say, ta-da. Okay, and then the next is front roll on the floor. Hold on one second. And in the preschool gym, we have front roll mats.
I hate those.
I made those. And you can use them on the floor, or you can use stars, or whatever's available. So, let me see. Ellen, come here. Ellen, through the trouble to get a chalk mark and put it there because all of the kids would stand on this circle right here. Okay, and I want you to put your hands on these stars, and I want you to put your head on the purple star and roll. Very nice. I like the way you roll. Now, this time, I want you to do it, and I want you to not get up so beautifully. I want you to kind of cross your legs and roll onto your knees like kids really do. Okay. Oh, when you stand up out of your front roll, I want to see if you can squeeze your feet together and tuck them under your bottom. Let's try that one more time. And this is an area that gets neglected a lot. Good. And tuck your feet right into your bottom. That is beautiful. Okay, so everybody spot them for a front roll. And Ellen and Bailey, please do them wrong.
Do them back. Okay. Put both hands on the star, and then your head will go on the purple star, and then feet together. Oh, next time, make sure that you keep your feet together, and you don't want to cross the feet. Stretch it. And roll. Good job. Right?
Good. And them to stretch when they start, okay? And kids will not do it automatically.
What are your recommendations? Sorry, question.
No, that's fine.
What are your recommendations when they're 8 or 9-year-old in a beginner class and they, I know how to do it, I don't need your help, and they flop on the floor?
This is what I tell them. I say, you know what? This is my job. And if you don't let me teach you, I'm not going to have a job. So will you please let me help you?
And they straighten right up, right?
Yeah, what?
They straighten right up.
Well, not necessarily. You know, remember, this is my job, you know? And so I try to, instead of embarrassing them or whatever, I try to goof them into it, you know? And that is a very typical situation. That's a good question. You know, you'll find creative ways to do it. Some back cycles, Rachel, you'll get one of these. I got a bunch of them around. And I just keep swiping everybody's. Okay. Start and finish with a stretch. Okay, side cartwheels. The first way I teach a cartwheel is over a rope, as you guys have all seen already. And with recreational, I don't usually get the hands out. With preschool, I use the hands all the time. Recreational, if they're really lost, I just start with the monkey jump. Okay, so Ellen, I want you to show me a monkey jump. I want you to reach both your hands over the rope and kick your feet over. That was very good. Okay, now I want you to do it like you've never done it before, and I want you to put your hands on the ground over here. Don't kick your legs up yet. Hands on the ground. Yep, and make sure they go sideways. Good. And now I want you to kick this foot and then the other one over the rope. That's very good. Okay, now monkey jump is just a small cartwheel. So if your monkey jump gets bigger and bigger and bigger, pretty soon you're going to have a cartwheel. Okay? Don't look at me like I'm crazy. So, the next is a monkey jump off an elevated surface. It could be off a panel mat. These are set up right here, so I'm going to use these.